Dylan, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
There you go. I can't. There you go. I got you now. I got you pulled up now. How you doing? Here's a virtual
I'm good.
handshake
How are
to kind of break the ice. My name is Andre. And then we spoke about the child safe kit over the phone. Um, and then you said you were single, right?
you?
Perfect, perfect. So I do have your benefits here. I actually really love that they have us using Zoom. It makes things a lot faster. So don't worry, I'm not going to take too much more of your time. Then go ahead and get started. While I do set this up, I guess just let's just learn a little bit about each other. How long have you been over there at that Houston area?
For about 5 years now.
5 years. Yeah, you got family
hmm
down there, or just kind of just work?
no, just work.
Just work. What do you do for work?
I'm a lineman.
Lineman. How'd you get into that?
A buddy of mine suckered me into it, and
There
then
you
I
go.
just stuck with it.
We actually do work with a lot of linemen, and it's hard work from what I hear. It's a lot of kind of blue collar work for sure. So,
Yeah.
um, you got any kids? Obviously, you have the child safe kid. Is that for like a grandkid, or is that your own kid?
No, it's for my kids. I actually have 3 kids.
You have three. There you go. And then I
hmm
hate referring to kids as just kids. What are their names? If you don't mind me asking.
Gannon, Hattie Mae, and Trace.
And Trace. There you go. I'm assuming you listen. Usually, every parent listens in by order, from oldest to youngest. Is that how you said it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. And then I know you said you're not from Texas. Where are you originally from?
No, I'm from Texas. I just
Just
moved
not
down to
Houston.
Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you. What city were you used to living at?
Around the Fort Worth area.
Fort Worth. There you go. I'm actually somewhat from there. I'm Dallas, so not quite, but that's where I grew up. Actually, my number's a 214, so it's from Dallas. Um, and then what brought you down here? I know you said work. Anything you do for fun over here besides work? It's just straight up just work.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, just going out to different places, going to Galveston to the beach every now and then,
Yeah,
fishing. That's about
yeah.
it.
The reason I ask is because I'm not married. I don't have any kids, but the home office. Obviously, I'm working from home, but the home office for my company is in Houston. So that's kind of why I'm asking because I want to kind of go down there and see what they got. I actually didn't even realize that Galveston's pretty close to Houston, so
Yeah, I think it's like an hour away, something like that.
that's probably what I'll end up doing. The only other beach I went to is the one in Texas, like in South Padre Island, somewhere around there.
Oh yeah.
But but anyways, I know you're dying to know, so let me tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you. Did you actually read the information that you received in the confirmation after you signed up for the kits?
Uh yeah, I don't really remember doing
Yeah,
it all that much, to be honest with
yeah.
you.
And that's fine. That's actually why they have us do it this way. Obviously, before it was in home, now it's on Zoom. So I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you and what I'm going to do. So it's a two-part program. The first part protects your kid if they go missing. And then the second part of the program protects your kids when you go missing. So my company, American Income, works with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations, and that's all throughout the United States. And because American Income's relationship with the International Union of Police Associations, they have agreed to give you access to the same exclusive benefits that groups like police officers, firefighters, that get without you having to, pay the dues. That makes sense. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and let me know when you can see that. And that just kind of shows very briefly some of the groups we work with. So as you can see, credit union, child safe kit, and that's 20,000 of those. Now you can see me again, right?
hmm
Perfect. Now I'm actually going to play a quick video for you as well. Kind of explains it a little better. And the person in the video is actually the president of that association. So his name is Sam Cabral. We'll go ahead and play that for you. And I'm gonna kind of just mute up. That way you can hear it clearly, okay? Let's see. Okay, let me know when you can see that.
Okay. Perfect.
So, like I mentioned, that was Sam Cabral. He's president of that association, the International Union of Police Associations. And then, and I know you know a bunch of families with kids, right? Even though you moved down here, but
Yeah.
okay. Now, I don't know if you knew this, Dylan, but Texas actually, unfortunately, does lead the nation in abductions. And not only that, but I don't know if you knew that 93% of those children that aren't found within the first 24 hours, they're actually never found. So what I'm going to do is help you downloading that app, which is the kit that you requested. That way, you know, it's the most comprehensive app of its kind. So real quick, do you use the iPhone? I believe you use iPhone, right? When I called you, it was
Yeah.
allowed me to share. Okay. So go to your app store and then download the app. It's called Child Safe Kit. And then
Okay.
you want to just kind of just create a profile, and then you'll get to a point where it asks you to for a QR, and then just let me know, and then I'll help you set that up. Okay, perfect. So now, just honestly, just close your eyes for a second and imagine if you know, Gannon went missing. Obviously, you can see how important this would be, right? In that scenario.
Yeah.
So being
Yeah.
the endorsed company by the International Union of Police Associations, they are asking that you refer at least 5 families for that act, okay? Now, you mentioned that you knew families with children, and everybody always does want to put down dozens of people. So let's start with the people that are most closest to you first. Who is that first person that comes to mind?
Uh, Andre, I don't really, you know, I don't really like giving out people's information without talking to them first. Like, I know this is important, but I don't want people getting upset at me.
For sure. For sure. I don't like people getting upset for me either. And I actually understand how you feel. As a matter of fact, a lot of our members actually have felt that way for sure. So it is difficult to know which companies you can trust, which ones you can't. One thing I do want to ask you though is, do you think 20,000 groups would choose one insurance company over all the other ones to advise their members if they didn't trust that company?
No, I guess
Of course
not.
not. Of course not. Now, when you received an ad for the child safe kit, you know, you filled it out with your private information, and then I had me reaching out to you. Now, the people you sponsor in the program don't have to do any of that. All they're going to get is one phone call, one text message instead, and then they get to choose if this is right for them or not. You know what I mean? So let's just give them the option to decide if it's okay. If it's something that they want for their family, I mean, and if they're not interested, then that's okay. But what I have found is that the members that are sponsored into the program love the program even more because they didn't have that ad, and they wouldn't normally, you know, be able to get it in the first place. Now, I do know that you said, you know, obviously you have kids and you come from still that Texas area. I'm assuming your family's in that Fort Worth area. We could start with your closest, I don't know, brother or sister.
Um, yeah, man, I really have to talk to them first. I mean, I can give them your number, everything like that.
For
Um,
sure. Yeah.
I don't want to give out their stuff without them telling me it's
For
okay.
sure. Yeah, and you know, Dylan, I do get that you're unsure about sponsoring these people in the program. So let's just do this. Let's at least get them just sponsored in, right? Now the sponsorship is tied with my visits with you today. So I'll call you before I call them. So you just have to give them a heads up that I'd be calling. And if any of them don't want to be bothered, I won't contact them. That's, you know, simple as that. No questions asked. Let's at least give them a chance to decide for themselves, starting with your brother or sister, because I know you said you have family in that Fort Worth. And then what is their first or last name?
We can do Kara.
Okay, and then that's her number. And then you got one more.
Let's do John.
John? Perfect. Perfect. Now, the next no cost benefit that we have for you is called the AIL Plus discount card. Now, real quick, Dylan, I know you guys tend to have really awesome benefits. How are those benefits that you have through work?
They're really good.
Yeah. No, you're gonna absolutely love this too. I'm sure you know by now, you can't, control them, the group benefits, and they can change at any time. So this no cost benefit will help fill in some of those gaps by giving you up to an 85% discount on things like dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing aids, telemedicine, and I believe chiropractic services as well. So yes, chiropractic services too. So your membership does require an annual renewal, but that's also at no cost to you. We just let you know when it's time to renew. You don't even have to think about it. People, in fact, always tell us they didn't think they'd use it very much, and then they find themselves using it all the time. Again, at no cost. It's good to have the extra peace of mind. You'll receive an activation email within the next few days, so just be on the lookout for that. And then what that's going to look like is going to be like this. So you're going to receive an activation email, and it's it's pretty self-explanatory. Here's a little drop down, kind of what that offers and everything like that. Pretty simple, straightforward. And then again, it doesn't replace anything. It just works with what you already have. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So the next no cost benefit is the accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Now this is a living benefit that would pay you $2,000 for the loss of one hand, one foot, or sight in one eye. So that's dismemberment, and then double that amount for $4,000 for the loss of any two. Okay. Now, this is actually a living benefit that had, and there is a death benefit as well that would pay $4,000 to your beneficiary if you were to die, accidentally, specifically. So now I know 4,000 doesn't seem like all the money in the world, and really it's not. But if you were to die, whoever's going to handle that, which is more than likely is your beneficiary, your paycheck is also going to die with you. So you can see how this would definitely help, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's
So
kind of
you'll,
like
uh-huh.
just like a discount program.
Exactly. Essentially what it is just, it's something it's something extra that's always nice to have. So you'll receive a green certificate in the mail. You do want to fill it out completely and then send it to the PO box at the top to ensure that you're covered. Now, one more thing I do need to do is just put down 2 emergency contacts in the event that you and your immediate beneficiary were to die together. Who would be that first person that comes to mind? It would be wise if you live in Texas, are over the age of 18, and living outside of your home. Who's that first one?
Um, can I put my dad?
Yes, sir. I'm assuming he's in Fort Worth.
He's in the Abilene area, but yeah, I mean he's still here in Texas.
Yeah. Okay. And then your second.
Um, let me do. We do a friend of mine.
Okay.
His name is Andre.
There you go. Perfect. Now, that policy is just on you. But the second part of this benefit, Dylan, is that you can actually extend this to your closest friends and family members at no cost to you or them. So obviously you put Andre as one of your contingent, which is fine, but you can actually extend it to more friends as well or family. So the way this works is, let's just say, God forbid, your dad were to die in an accident. A 2,000 policy, just like yours, is going to pay out to his family at no cost to you or them. So all you're doing is you're just giving them the option to take advantage of this, just like you're doing right now. So the ability to extend this is tied with my visit with you today. So because of your enrollment period, so let's just, it's important not to prejudge anyone's situations, let them decide for themselves. Now they do give you 20,000 worth of this benefit, which means you can extend it up to 10 families. Obviously, you know, your emergency contacts, they're good. They're already taken care of. So your dad, Andre, they're already taken care of. That leaves you with 8 more slots. You mentioned you know, you work in you work blue collar jobs, and I know y'all tend to have a pretty tight knit friend group. You know, y'all work hard, go to the go to the bar after. So who's it? You could extend this to another friend. Who's that first person that comes to mind?
Man, pretty much everybody that I mentioned earlier. I mean, that's about all I, you know,
Yeah,
can think of right now.
yeah. No, honestly, that I could probably think of like 2, 3 people off the top of my head, to be honest. Well, here's what you could do since this is a no cost and you have those 8 slots available. Go ahead and just open up your contacts, and then honestly, I would say just your coworkers, since a lot of those guys, you know, are out there hustling, working. So this is something that's for sure beneficial for them. And then, you know, take your time and just let me know when you're ready to, that way we can get these 8 knocked out.
Let's do friend of mine, Kevin.
Okay. And then for your 10th,
Let me do Henry and Lisa.
perfect. Now, I'm actually leaving you with some homework, believe it or not. So just make sure you give those families you extended the no cost benefits a call or a text. And just letting them know that I'm going to be calling them in the next few days. As long as they have a heads up, and this is important, as long as they have a heads up, they're usually very happy. You know, it's usually not a problem. But if I call them and they don't know who I am or why I'm calling, sometimes they get confused and they'll be upset with both of us. So please, please, please just let them know. Can you make sure of that?
Mm-hmm.
And actually, who are the like 3 to 4 top people that you know for sure you want to get this out to? And honestly, go ahead and just call them right now just so that they know ahead of time.
Probably Kevin.
Kevin? Yeah, well, we don't have to do 4, but let's at least just call Kevin just so that we have somebody to that knows for sure. You can go ahead and put him on speakerphone, and I'll talk to him if you can hear me, or if not, I can send you a group text and we can, just thumbs up the message.
Okay,
You
that'll
want
work.
you want to call him, or do you want to just have a group message and then you could just respond to it?
We can do the group message.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and do that for sure. Now, Dylan, now I'm actually gonna, like I mentioned earlier, review some exclusive benefits, and that's part of the 2-part program that you must qualify for. So these are a little bit different. All the families that I see love this part of the program, and that's why 20,000 different groups have picked American Income to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the past 60 plus years. So the best part is, like I mentioned earlier too, you're getting access to the same exclusive benefits of like police officers, firefighters, and the ones that unions have access to without having to actually pay the dues. So let's first start with the needs analysis software. The reason most people don't have the right coverage is they don't know what they need. So in a few minutes after I review this with you, you will definitely know where you are, where you're at. So I'm going to ask you just a few questions just to see where you're at. Before I do, let me show you my license here in the state of Texas. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, and then you can screenshot that. I know you said you're on your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're more than welcome to screenshot that, and then just let me know when you take a good look at it. That way I can move forward. I'm gonna make it a little bigger for you. So it has my name, my address, license number, and then you can actually look me up on the Texas Department of Insurance. Did you get that?
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So that's just so that you know that I am a licensed professional, first and foremost, um, to handle these kind of benefits. So before I jump into the survey, I have 3 preliminary questions just to quickly review with you. So first is, you must be a member of an authorized group or sponsored by someone who is. We're good there. The Child Safe Kid Association would take care of that. Now, you must have an active checking account with a bank or a credit union? And have you or anybody in the household had COVID-19 in the past year?
No.
No? Okay, perfect. So real quick, like I mentioned, I'm gonna ask you some questions really fast. And just so I make sure that you receive the discount card and everything we spoke about, what is a good email for you?
Dylan Rankin at ymail.com.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. And then I have your address, which is right, phone number. Okay, perfect. So first question is just real quick monthly income. So the biggest concern families deal with when it comes to handling concerns is affordability. So they have this set up to where if there are concerns, it would be based off 1 hour's wage per week. Does that make sense? So to make sure that it's accurate, what is a ballpark figure of your monthly income? Doesn't have to be exact, just ballpark.
Probably like 8,500.
85?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we do see a lot of families, I do at least personally, and some of them actually have life insurance outside of work already. Because you know what happens to group benefits, obviously, right?
No.
So, kind of like I mentioned earlier with the discount card, group benefits are amazing, but you don't control them and they can change at any time. And more often than not, they do change. So that's exactly kind of, so just to make it clear, you don't have anything outside of your work.
No, I just got what's set up there at work.
Okay, I know exactly what that is. So next question is, do you get any death benefits from what you have through work?
I don't think so. I mean, they give me like 6 times my annual salary as far as coverage.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's why I was asking. I'm very familiar with how they work. So before I move on, did they let you pick that, or is that something that you just got like everybody else?
It was kind of about like what everybody else got. I
Okay.
think that's pretty much just the normal.
Mhm. Yeah. And let's see, do you currently rent or do you own?
I own.
Perfect. Do you have any mortgage left on it, or you're all good?
No, I'm still paying on it.
There you go. How much of it are you? How many years on it do you got left?
Probably about 12.
12 years.
Uh-huh.
And then how much of that are you putting in a year?
What do you mean?
Like how much debt exactly do you have mortgage left?
Oh, like the balance of it, I've got, I think it's like 150.
It's not bad at all, man. For 12 years, honestly, not.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So besides from that, do you have any like actual debt, like outside, not house? I wouldn't even really consider that debt. Do you have any debt?
Yeah, I've got a pickup payment. I've got credit card. Um, Actually, I got 2 car payments.
Okay. And have you started saving for your kids' college education?
No, I haven't.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in real quick. Just give me 1 second.